Star Citizen Alpha 3.17.4 is going to be coming out soon, and will bring with it content for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2952, the big ship sale event that they do every year from Cloud Imperium, as well as sort of tiding us over until the Alpha 3.18 release. So Alpha 3.18 has been delayed as Cloud Imperium are fixing some persistent entity streaming bits, and there isn't enough time to get it out before the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo in November. Cloud Imperium do, however, plan to release 3.18 to live early December, is what they've said. At least that's the current plans. What are we getting then for Alpha 3.17.4 in that patch? And what is happening at this year's 2952 Intergalactic Aerospace Expo? Well, let's start with a tweet from Tyler Witkin, Cloud Imperium Games' Captain Xylo. The Corsair is still coming during the IAE 3.17.4. The Vulture will come with 3.18 to stay aligned with the salvage gameplay. That's pretty exciting. So we're getting the Corsair for 3.17.4 for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Should be flyable then, and I think it is one of the most popular and anticipated ships we've had to date. It is a Drake exploration ship, so it's going to be very suitable for multi-role, multi-crew stuff, for small to medium-sized crews. Yeah, really excited for it. So the date for the start of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo has yet to be confirmed, but it is most likely to be Friday the 18th of November, and it will continue for 2 weeks. Where is the Expo Hall this year? Again, not confirmed yet, but I would expect it to be at Horizon this year. It is possible that they'll go, oh, for some reason Horizon's broken or not working properly, then they would almost certainly have it at New Babbage on Microtech if Horizon Crusader is not working as intended. The 2952 IAE should follow at least some of the basics of the previous Intergalactic Aerospace Expos, so let's talk about that. The main part of this is the expo itself, so there is a visitable expo hall where each day a new ship and or vehicle manufacturer will take the floor and show off its various ships and vehicles. Sometimes it might be multiple manufacturers that are highlighted on a particular day, and typically there's 2 floors to the expo, so they have the previous day's manufacturers available as well, so each manufacturer basically is shown off for 48 hours. You can go round the expo hall and go into those ships, have a look inside them, poke all the little buttons and things. You can rent most of the ships on the show floor as well. Some of the ships might be things like the F-7A military spec Hornet or the F-8 Lightning heavy fighter, which are not flyable yet, or a ship that's quite deep in development, but again, it's not ready to be flown yet, but might still be shown off at that expo hall. So the Vulture won't be flyable at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, but may well be on display and explorable like it was previously. There are holosuites that show off ships and vehicles in various levels of development too. Between the show floor and the holosuites, we could see some surprises. Also, mirroring what manufacturers are highlighted on a particular day, there is a ship sale on the RSI website where you will be able to purchase both the flyable and concept ships from that particular manufacturer that is being shown off on that day. Limited hulls will be available as well, at least they have been on previous years. So things like the Mighty Javelin and Idris are sold off in waves on their appropriate manufacturer days in small numbers. So every few hours they need to go bam, let's release another small wave of these, bam, bam, bam on that day. But you can also get your hands on things like the 890 Jump, a Kraken or Privateer, and the Constellation of Phoenix, and other rare ships too. So if you're looking for a particular ship, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is the time to get it. You can expect there will be new ships and vehicles that are straight to flyable too. We know that the Corsair will be a feature of the IAE and flyable. There is likely going to be some form of concept sale too, so bear that in mind. There have been some leaks that I can't cover here because they are evocati in nature, but always take leaks with a pinch of salt. They're not always true, and typically they're very limited in sort of scope of the information they give. All ships bought as part of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo will come with at least 120 months insurance, which is 10 years insurance. In the last few days of the Expo, you can use terminals that they typically have there to rent any of the previous day's ships. They might have an FPS Arms and Armour Day 2. There are some new and limited edition paints that are typically available for your ships and vehicles, and the winners of the Ship Showdown should have their best in show skins and items done, and we'll see those at the Expo too. So The Carrack one this year, and the rest of the top 4 ships are the Mercury Star Runner, Scorpius, and C8X Pisces. So if you've got those ships, you'll get basically a free skin for them. There are little challenge coins going to the owners of those ships as well, and the Carrack is also getting an in-game model made of it as well, which I think gets distributed to everyone. I'm not 100% sure. Free fly stuff. So throughout the whole of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, those whole 2 weeks, Star Citizen is free to play, and players will be given a selection of ships to use, but also they can rent anything they want from the Expo Hall. You can expect some discount starter packages for players that want to buy the game, and it's also very likely there will be some form of recruitment drive where if someone uses your referral code during the IAE and buys a game package, both of you get a free vehicle on your accounts. That's, again, not confirmed, but that's likely, and we'll find out what that's going to be closer to the event. Something else for Star Citizen that's pretty cool every Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is the Jax McCleary Top Gear Grand Tour style shorts and videos they put out. So they put out a few of these videos throughout the IAE, and last year we saw sort of some skits and sketches showing off the new ships and vehicles. So like the Anvil Spartan being put through its paces on New Babbage, the updated Redeemer trying to do some painting, the Ares Inferno and Ion blowing some stuff up. They teased the Mystic Odyssey, and then Jax went off to the Pyro system, maybe. So I'm keenly awaiting to see what antics and new ships they will show off this year. So, and you can see there was actually quite a wide variety of new flyable ships there, but also some cool concept stuff, and you can expect similar this year. So is there anything else new this time? Well, maybe, but the Expo 2952 Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is more about ships, the Expo itself, and the free fly. We could see tours like the Javelin tour they do at Fleet Week potentially, or some new missions. Maybe they'll, if it's at Orison, have some interesting cool scenery to see. Some little bits of 3.18 might turn up, so it could be things like the Grey Cat Buggy PTV racetrack at the Vision Center at Orison on Crusader. We know that was nearly done. It's likely they'd want to show that off if it's ready. Maybe. What else could a Alpha 3.17.4 patch have in it, though? Well, you can probably expect it to have some bug and crash fixes and some other minor tweaks, but it's mostly going to be new ships, vehicles, and that Intergalactic Aerospace Expo content that it covers, because everything else, that's going to be for 3.18. Boom! That's it for your little 3.17.4 expectations and what's sort of expected to happen at the 2952 Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. But what do you think? What ships and vehicles are you hoping will turn up? Is there anything that you're hoping to grab? Anything like limited? Do you love the idea of having an Idris or a Javelin, or is it something you go, that is so expensive? $2,500 for a Javelin? Ridiculous. I'll buy it in game. Are you going to be getting some friends to try Star Citizen out during the free fly? Were you upset with the 3.18 delay, or do you think it makes sense because they need to have a relatively stable patch for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo because of the amount of players that are going to be playing it? Do you think Star Citizen is going to again smash records of the previous years with its sort of sale here and potentially be the most money they've ever made? And obviously, I do think that 2022 is going to be a record-breaking year yet again. Do you think we'll see Jax McCleary again this year? Where do you think he's been? What do you think they're going to show us? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. NordCon 2952, the road to Nord 4.0. What do you want out of nordvpn.com/BoredGamer? Nord base building? Nord hunting 2.0? A dynamic Nordonomy? I'm personally looking forward to the latest Nord cruiser. In the meantime, I'm going to make do with NordVPN protecting my data from insidious space pirates and giving me unrivaled access to all the content that the internet has to offer. Use the links below. Note, NordCon 2952 does not actually exist. Also adding to my shill pile, Tobii Eye Tracker 5 gives you precise head tracking and control with your eyes. That's the sound of my eyes controlling the lasers, giving you unprecedented immersion in Star Citizen. You can basically aim lasers with your eyes. Pew pew! Use the links below and code BoredGamer for discount. Every month we have a ship giveaway for Star Citizen. For October, we're giving away a Cutlass Black with pirate skin, lifetime insurance, and Star Citizen game package. All you need to jump into the game. Just comment on any of my videos made during October to be in for a chance of winning that. If you would like to further support the channel, please consider becoming a channel member with the join button below my videos, or potentially becoming a Patreon. You'll get access to some exclusive content, and it really helps the channel out. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and have a great October.